Okay, so we're now going to demonstrate another option. This is more of a traditional way of taking fingerprints using a glass plate, using a roller, and using commercially marketed fingerprint ink. So the concept of this is very similar to the pour-on pad in as much that you're picking the ink up off of the surface, but in this case here we are creating our own palette with the ink. So it doesn't require an excessive amount of ink. I suggest the easiest way to do this is to simply just put several dots of ink on the glass plate. And then taking the roller and rolling that ink out until it is a very thin layer of ink covering the entire glass surface. The ink that's on the plate should almost be translucent, so that as you hold it up to a light source, you should be able to see light passing through it. If it is excessive amount of ink that's on the pad, then it will be an excessive amount that's picked up by the fingers, and obviously if you have an excessive amount, it's going to fill in the furrow area and reduce the quality of the impression. So you can see that light can kind of pass through that. I'm not sure whether it's easily demonstrated in the photo. Now in the modern era now with the digital communications, the same applies to the fingerprint world, in that when a person is brought into custody and brought into a police facilities have electronic digital scanners that can take fingerprints without ink. Much cleaner, more effective way of taking it, more easily transferable for emailing purposes and whatnot, rather than having to scan a hard copy and then creating an e-file and transferring it from an inked impression. Unfortunately, if you are taking fingerprints in the field, for instance, if you're taking elimination prints, rather than inconveniencing the homeowner or the shopkeeper to come into a police facility to use the digital scanner, it's more convenient to do it at their location. They've already been inconvenienced and victimized enough. So the same principles apply for this. Again, try to distract the person. Try to use unused area of the ink pad. So kind of work your way across it using fresh ink for everyone. What I like to do is I just turn the plate around, so now I've got fresh ink starting right from the edge. Your right hand is more flexible than your left hand. Okay, and then just put the fingers together. Fingers together. So you can see, well, we might as well finish the back of the ponds as well. If you do find you have excessive ink that appears on the hands, you can either smooth it out with your own hand, or you can apply it with just a paper towel just to kind of get rid of writer's foam as well. Blade of a knife, the writer's palm, and I think there's enough ink left on there for the thumb, so flat contact and then rotating to the tip, and do the same with the left hand. Blade of a knife, reproducing the writer's palm and the thumb. Flat contact and roll to the tip. So when you compare this versus this, let's look at the quality, much darker impression. Again, that there was a considerable amount of ink on there, and when we look at the face of it, just a comparison. Okay.
It's encouraged when you want to wash your hands after this. There are some soaps that have a little bit of pumice or some kind of abrasive in there to try to get rid of all the ink. It'll be a lot faster for you and easier.